Hey guys, welcome to the channel Thinking Theology. I'm Don. You saw the title, Evolutionary Theory, Social Media, and Extremism. Evolutionary theory, whether you believe in evolution or not, doesn't matter in this context. This is about thinking theology, and evolution obviously plays a big part in the creation evolutionary debate. Nonetheless, if we say that evolution is based on the notion that changes happen slowly, okay, so even if you don't believe in evolution, that's fine. Bear with me in this. The theory of evolution states that adaptations occur very slowly over time. Attempted adaptations, if you will, within species, if they don't work well, they tend to kill the species off or they get discarded and they never show up. But the theory is that these adaptations occur very slowly over time, or the ones that do succeed and those adaptations remain, those occurred very slowly as well because they worked within the confines of that given environment. Okay, so hurtful ones or harmful ones tend to kill the host or just not succeed, and the helpful ones tend to move on. Here's where I wanted to go with this notion of us as people. No matter how you look at how we were created, how we came to be, slow-moving, deliberate changes mentally, in this case, societally and culturally, tend to work much better than anything that moves very rapidly. We're not wired collectively for very rapid changes. Something that's introduced into our environment, and social media came on the scene very quickly with the digital revolution, created an extremist mindset in so many folks that we were not prepared for. Assimilation of a new thing in our culture, in our world, in our homes, in our minds is best when thought through slowly. And the problem is everybody's got a keyboard on social media. They can fire off their opinion. And when somebody fires off a very strong opinion with which you disagree, you tend to respond in kind, unless you're thinking, unless you have already valued kindness and thoughtfulness and realized or accepted that you don't want to contribute to that extremist mindset. You're just going to become part of that problem. And I'll give you another, in America, the U.S. Constitution, the framers of the Constitution actually created a government that was inefficient, that was slow moving, purposely so. They didn't want a government that could move too quickly to either steamroll the people or not give the government itself time to think things through. So there are checks and balances designed for different people and factions to give their input and then come to some sort of thoughtful, helpful approach to some problem that was going on. So generally speaking, slow moving works to our advantage. There are some exigent circumstances where somebody gets hit by a car and then there's like a doctor nearby and he's got to act or she's got to act very quickly to help that person. But this is very different than an exigent circumstance. Digital media, social media, which basically has become anti-social media, has happened so quickly that at some point, though, the pendulum's going to swing back. This is my personal belief. It may not. It may continue down this path toward extreme ideas. And I see this taking place in the theological realm, where the opinions just seem to get more and more extreme when someone disagrees with someone. I'm going to do a video in a bit about Tovia Singer, which some people may have seen on YouTube. But I've seen a number of Christian apologists attack him for being things that are untoward, let's put it that way. And that to me is a product not only of personal mean-spiritedness, but also part and parcel of this digital revolution where we tend more toward extreme opinions because in part we see other people having extreme opinions and we think we've got to meet fire with fire, as the expression goes. So hopefully time will eventually weed out the harm that the extreme mindset and approach within digital and social media is having on society and ourselves. But I present this to you just to think it through more slowly. We are wired, the human brain is wired to move slowly. That's where things are more helpful, where we don't just act impulsively, because impulse, generally speaking, gives greater chance for harm, and a collective impulsivity does the same thing online. So my guess is that the pendulum will swing back and there'll be a bit more civility. Collectively, as a species, as a people, we tend to find some moderation in there because we realize that social skills and civility kind of work well when we agree to disagree or get along better with each other on some level. Even if I'm never going to dinner with you or would never do anything with you, it's still better that I'm not a jerk to you or nasty or engage in ratcheting things up. So with that, I wish you well. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel if you have, and that would be great. We can have more productive discussion, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video, and keep thinking theology.